Hey there, Mac from Prima here. Today we're talking about a game changer for high volume coffee carts, the Marco Poured 3-button beverage dispenser. If you're slinging cold drinks nonstop and you want speed, consistency, and way less hands-on time, this might be the tool that you've been looking for. Before diving in, if you're just getting started on your mobile coffee venture, Prima offers many helpful resources for those looking to learn the mobile coffee business, including free consultations, a 5-part course, and all the equipment and accessories that you would need to launch the coffee cart of your dreams. For more info, just check out the links in the description. So, what is the Marco Poured beverage dispenser? Basically, it lets you mix cold brew concentrate and water at the push of a button. You can program up to 3 different buttons, each with its own dilution ratio and volume, which means that you can do iced lattes, Americanos, and specialty drinks like espresso tonics, all without touching a portafilter. Just to be transparent, this isn't for every cart. It's an investment. But if you're doing high volume and you want to maximize efficiency, it's an incredible addition. Why is this such a big deal for coffee carts? Firstly, we all know space is tight and every second counts. The Poured can cut your drink making time to 10 seconds or less, and because you're batching your cold brew concentrate ahead of time or using a bag-and-box setup, you're freeing up bar flow during rushes. It's also a clean install. All you need is the countertop font and the under-counter controller, so no kegs, no tap towers, no air tanks. The Poured has its own internal pump that moves the liquid, whether it's a bucket of cold brew or a bag-and-box. You can make your own cold brew, like making a concentrate with the Alto cold brew bucket, for example, but if it's not produced or stored correctly, it can spoil very quickly. The safest way to attach cold brew to the Marco is through a bag-and-box. We source our concentrate from Pragmatic Coffee and Tea. Their quality is top-notch and the bag-and-box format is shelf-stable and perfect for coffee carts. Big thanks to Pragmatic for keeping us stocked. You can check them out at the link in the description. Once you've got your concentrate ready, you just drop the intake line from the Marco controller into your container, ideally kept in a fridge. If you want, you can even drill a hole in the side of your fridge to run the line through. If you're using a bag-and-box that's labeled as shelf-stable, then storing outside the fridge should suffice, but keeping it cool is best practice for food safety. Now, let's talk setup. Honestly, the hardest part is just figuring out your brew ratio. You need to know how strong your concentrate is and what you want the final drink to be. For us, we're running 82% water through the controller and 12% concentrate from our Pragmatic bag-and-box to target a 1.5 to 2% TDS, but your ratio might be a little different, so make sure you do the math. Button 1, the hot logo, is just our cold brew concentrate at 34 milliliters. It's basically a cold espresso shot. We use it to make iced lattes, just adding some milk and ice, and they're ready to go. Button 2, the big bean, is set to dispense 424 milliliters, just enough to completely fill a 12-ounce cup. We actually use this one to fill our NitroPress DS so we can serve nitro cold brew on demand. Button 3, the small bean, is also set for a 12-ounce pour, but with room for ice. It's dialed in at 246 milliliters, giving us the same dilution as the big bean, just with less volume. At the end of the day, cleaning is super simple. We fill a bucket with Cafiza and water, drop the intake line, and run it through the system. It takes maybe 5 minutes, and it just keeps everything fresh for the next day. Lastly, this is a cold drinks only setup. Even though the Marco system can handle hot or sparkling water, that is not what we're using on carts. We're keeping it cold, simple, and efficient. So if you're doing high volume and cold drinks are a big part of your menu, the Marco Poured will provide the speed that you need without compromising quality, and it's definitely worth the investment. If you're thinking about adding the Marco Poured 3-button beverage dispenser to your cart setup, you can find it at primacoffee.com along with lots of other great coffee equipment. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.